Hey boys, welcome back to some LYNN career mode. It is game 2 of this ODI series, Australia v England, and we're playing at Gabba, so should be a good match for us. We do know the conditions well, home ground, so hopefully we can continue on from pretty good form from the first game. We looked good. I mean, we played some nice shots. We were looking dangerous, but you know, unfortunately, the way we play, aggressive, we're prone to get out, you know, in silly fashion, I guess, and just chipping one to mid off is definitely not a good shot and not a good way to get out. But you know, you got to take the good with the bad sometimes. As England are gonna bowl again here. Actually, no, they batted first in the first game and scored 350 odd. We were pretty close, but a little bit short, and fairly similar to real life. The England side pretty good at the 50 over cricket, scoring big. So we have to, I don't know, we can't really do much with the ball, obviously, but just with the batting here, we just sort of have to get us into a spot that England can't chase, honestly. As we have, obviously, we did get our highest score, only the one match before that one. So 48 is our highest score as we look to just get off the mark with a nice little quick single. Just, you know, get into the work. We don't have to blast straight away. We're not quite, you know, we don't have to play like LYNN in real life. But any loose balls, that's you know, that's just a good cricket shot right through the covers there. Picking up a couple. They do have a sweeper out there, which, you know, probably not LYNN's favorite shot. We do get a free hit as well, so that's a fantastic start to this match. 3 off 2. David Warner is also a couple, and a nice gimme here. So the first over is gonna be a big one, and that's just a trademark LYNN shot down the ground. Extremely powerful driver of the cricket ball. So I don't know, that's probably not the ball to bowl, especially for a free hit, a half volley on around off stump. Just looking to get pummeled right there. So, you know, the way to bowl to LYNN, I guess, that right there is not a bad length, but probably, you know, good length to back of a good length, angling into the body. Probably, it's tough. Like, you probably want it a touch fuller and sort of cramping him up, but even then, he can still swivel and just hit it over square leg. So he's a tough batter to bowl to. The short ball outside off, probably not a bad idea as well. Probably a bit unlucky not to get the wide call, but you know, we'll you know, give him one freebie and over, I guess, as Mark Wood continues here. And it's going to be a tidy over, so none for 14. A bit more of a circumspect start to this game than the previous one, but you know, we're the guys setting the pace here, and I was looking to get a big score, 8 off 10. Obviously, much slower than the first game, but yeah, we don't have to throw a wicket away right there. Bit of a, you know, again, just over pitched and just using the drive to our advantage right there. Just over pitched, giving us a bit of room just to free the arms. Not quite time, but it still goes for 6. So a very nice shot, and we're looking good. David Warner up the other end hasn't had too much of the strike, but we almost get out next ball. Another edge does not carry. It was a slower ball, so you know, the slow ball is it's a handy delivery to bowl to a batter looking to attack, but an edge can, you know, it cannot carry as well. So that's sort of the danger of bowling that slower delivery on around off stump. We're gonna hog the strike once again, which is good, and we're getting to our innings nicely. 15 off 13. Obviously, getting out before our 50 in the first game was a bit of an annoyance. You know, it was a good innings, but we definitely want to push through that. That is a clean shot. That's our best shot of the inning so far. That was right out of the screws. A massive 6 over round point cover. And moving on to 21 now is again just over pitched, not quite timing that one, and just going to pick up the single. So looking good. Not playing any risky, or not playing too risky at the moment. We're still, you know, the run rate is still incredibly good. Number 29 into the almost the 4th over done here. As that one again is just going to be blasted through the covers to that man sweeping on the boundary. Looking for 2, just going to settle for the single. You know, might as well hog the strike. So you know, nothing wrong with it. As a bit of a cutter there, it actually bounced quite a bit, and that's something I've noticed. The cutters are like probably the most dangerous deliveries. Just sort of those slower, good length deliveries. They sort of kick up, and this pitch in general, it seems like a flat track, but it was getting a bit more bounce, and I guess that's typical of the Gabba. Is again the outside edge. Again, 108 Ks, extremely slow, but that one, I thought that was spooned straight to the man. Like, it was hit with some pretty decent power off the edge, but it just held out. As that is an absolute shank of a shot, but it's gonna trickle over for a boundary. You know, getting a little impatient right there. A couple of poor shots, and then trying the big shot to get us out of trouble, and it paid off. You know, we got the boundary for it, but it was a bit of a shank to the leg side, just a little bit early on the timing. But you know, it's still in there, and with the field up, you can afford to play a few risks like that and still get away with it. As that one again, that is a monster 6. That is over the side screen, 100 meters. That is a monster. Mark Wood there. No slow balls this time, 142 Ks in the slot, and that is just dispatched over the side screen. It's always good to see the ball just travel straight over the bowler's head like that. And another 6 to our name. So we're dealing in boundaries, you know, fairly Chris LYNN fashion here. We don't want to do too much running, but yeah, the 6s and the boundaries are flowing, as David Warner has actually got some strike here. He's 19 off 19 now. As this one over pitch once again. Mark Wood coming around the wicket, just trying a different angle. And this time we're just going to use that angle. It just goes right into the swinging arch. That is like a golf swing right there. That's honestly probably my favorite animation in the game. That aggressive shot over like long on. It just looks so smooth. It looks like way smoother than like every other shot in the game. It's going to push for 3. Probably shouldn't be doing that with Chris LYNN. Going to pull a calf, going to pull a hemi, but thankfully in the game that doesn't happen, so we're safe to do it. As Adil Rashid coming into the attack, and he again just a little bit over pitched, and as soon as I see it over pitched, just going through with the shot, wasn't cleanly hit, but there's the 50, 52 off 34. Very good inning so far, looking in fine fashion, and it's a very good partnership. 73 now for no wicket loss. David Warner is, you know, he's sort of playing the anchor role, which is very unlike David Warner, but still he's doing a good job, letting us go about our business, just giving us a strike really, and we're just making the England side pay. They do have a very ring field at the moment, still in the power play, so probably not a bad idea. Chris LYNN is not the you know, his one weakness still is probably against the slow bowlers. He's not terrible, but it's just the fact that it's harder to just slog them for 6s every ball. So, you know, and the fact Chris LYNN likes to get on with it, it can draw about the wicket quite easily with the aggressive play style, just hitting it down a throw to the fielder. So we do have to be a little wary here, and just sort of, that's a nice shot just through the gap. There's still gaps amongst the infield there, and that's a well work too. So still 6 off the over without any real risk, honestly. If we get a bad ball, we'll put it away. But the good deliveries, just you know, just play quality shots like that. Wait for the paces to come back on and hit them for 6s. As you see, there's the wagon wheel, a very Chris LYNN wagon wheel. That's actually pretty funny, because that's where he likes to hit them, and that's a good shot. He isn't too bad with the pull shot either, and that's a good example. Chris Wokes coming into the attack here, and that was just a beautiful shot. Just looking at the replay, just because, I don't know, you know, with the spin bowling career mode, I looked at like replay of like good deliveries and beating the outside edge and stuff, but with the batting, I thought, you know, we'll show some replays of like some nice looking shots and where it hits. As you see, it is a nice shot. It does get a little bit on the top edge, but you know, the size of the edges of these bats, it's basically the middle. It's just going to race away for 4, so, you know, still a great shot. 58 now, 40, so again, it's not like, we're not batting super quickly, but the strike rate is great, but it's not like just slogging, which is like, it's the way I like to bat. And just to reiterate, we are playing on the hardest batting difficulty, just so, you know, it does show at the start, but just so people know, I guess. But none for 85, no wickets lost at the moment. And unfortunately, what I was talking about before has come into effect. Adil Rashid, you know, I'm not disappointed with the shot because it was overpitched. It was a ball to hit. We just didn't quite get it. That's all I can really say. It was just a bit of maybe a bit of the toe end of the bat. Played it a little too early and just scooped it to the man at mid-on. So, you know, that's what's going to happen. If we get a bad ball, we'll try to put it away. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we still put up a good score there. But unfortunately, England with Joe Root again. My God. Joe Root is apparently super overpowered in this game. He's going to get 153 not out. David Warner got 100. Matty Wade got a quick fire 49. But 319 was not enough. They got it with 3 overs to spare. So we got to pick our act up. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series. Make sure to like and I'll see you in the next one.